There are many times in life where I do not want to be correct. There are many times in life that I get very disappointed when I'm correct. And I'm pretty sure this is how a lot of people feel. Now, as you can see by the title, 90 Day Fiance's Nicole's husband Mahmoud arrested for domestic violence report. Now, here's the thing. When they were both on 90 Day Fiance, and sadly they are both also scheduled to be up on the upcoming season of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. But when they were on the show, there were many times when I said, I feel like this is the kind of man that's going to put his hands on his woman. And sadly, we are now in this position where he has now been arrested for domestic violence. Now, here's the thing. When we go to Mary Pants here, who gave us the update, in this picture in particular, you can see this was the scene itself in particular that definitely gave everyone the confirmation that this man cannot be trusted, that if this man is left with Nicole and his temper gets the best of him, there is that possible chance that he actually will put his hands on her. And as you can see in this scene here, Nicole, and I remember this argument itself in particular, Nicole was trying to get away because at the end of the day, the conversation that they were having wasn't going anywhere. So therefore, she wanted to walk away and get some air. But Mahmoud did not want her to go. So what did he do? He grabbed her. And of course, at that moment in time, she said to him, "What are you doing? Why are you grabbing me? Let go of me. You're hurting me." To be fair, don't call me on the hurting me part, but she did say to let go. Now, fast forward to where we are today. Now we're seeing that this man has been arrested. And the saddest thing about it is not only am I disappointed that my prediction was correct, but I'm now also at the same time disgusted as well at the same time. But before we get into the nitty and gritty of the rest of information the rest of information when it comes to the situation at hand, we are on the road to 50k subscribers. So please do hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get there by the end of February. We got 6 more days left. So subscribe and stay tuned with all the updates that we always keep on a consistent basis on this channel. Now, with that being said, it does say that Mahmoud was arrested yesterday afternoon in downtown Los Angeles for a misdemeanor of domestic violence. The same evening, his 20k bail was quickly taken care of by a friend of his. 20k is the starting point for bail for misdemeanor domestic violence. Of course, he's got a friend that was there to take care of the bail. I'm disappointed. I'm upset that this man is actually now able to just leave and walk around. For me personally, I just feel like the law should be done a bit different. I feel like, you know, if you are in a position where you've been arrested for domestic violence, now, of course, this is where it gets a bit interesting because sometimes in life, there are people out there who do lie. They do, you know, say that somebody did something and they didn't do it. And therefore, what I'm going to say now, maybe it is unfair on them. But for me personally, I don't know if somebody deserves to get bail if they've actually put hands on somebody and there's proof that they have, you know what I mean? Because you never know what they can do within that time that they are out until they have to go back again for a court date. But that's just my opinion. Of course, it's subjective, because again, there are people who do lie about this thing, sadly so, which is why there's many women in this world that are afraid to actually, you know, call the police because they're afraid that they won't be believed. But hey, that's another conversation for another time. Now, it does also continue by saying his court date is set for mid-March. He would have to present himself to court, even if Nicole doesn't press charges, because with these cases, the district attorney always has the option to pursue the case. And that's exactly how it should be. 1000%, this is how it should be, you know, because we've lived in a world for too long where someone had to press charges for things to go to the next step. And let's be real, there's a lot of men, a lot of women in this world who will not press charges. Some men won't press charges because they find it embarrassing that their woman has been abusing them. And when it comes to some women, they won't press charges because they love the man so much, they don't want him to, you know, suffer by going in jail, even though he has made them suffer. You know, it is crazy, obviously, how the human mind can be affected. So therefore, I am happy that if something has been caught, that the police will continue, or the attorney still has the option to also still pursue the case regardless, because at the end of the day, there are many people in this world who are afraid to speak up for whatever reason that may be. So I'm happy that's now a law. I know it's been a law here in the UK for a while, so I'm happy it's a law that's also happening in the States. Now, obviously, I don't know if it's a law that's done in every single state in the United States, but hopefully it is. But with that being said, though, this is the proof itself in particular in terms of the inmate information center. And as you can see here, you know, it gives us all the little details in terms of obviously, you know, Mahmoud's name obviously is here in the first line. So we know that everything here is legit. We know that this is not just a rumor. This is not just speculation. We know that this has absolutely been happening. This is exactly what is going on right now at this moment in time. But it's just one of those situations where it's just so sad that this has happened. Nobody should have to go through an experience like this. Now, also at the same time, though, it does talk about here, you know, when it comes to Mahmoud, and also shout out to Sarcasm for reporting the information and stuff in particular, but it does also talk about how unfortunately it doesn't sound like the couple will be living up to the show title Happily Ever After. Now let's talk about that. You know, in my opinion personally, I think that they will still probably be on the show. Reasons being is because even though people have petitioned many times before for many couples to not be on the show, there's many couples or even individuals who still continuously are on the show, whether that be Angela Dean, whether that be Big Ed, you know, and the list can go on. And sadly, these people are still recasted all the time. Now, of course, there was at one time before when we had a young lady called Elaine, I believe, from Russia, I'm sure, who got removed halfway through the season with her partner Caleb at the time because of some racist posts that came out in the past. But either way, though, it's not the first time that we've seen this happen. I mean, in the most current season, we saw, you know, a racist post that came out from Igor, obviously, when he dressed up as a Nazi, but he was still on the show regardless anyway. So I wouldn't really count on TLC necessarily removing the couple from the upcoming season, purely because in my opinion, they are going to see this as a publicity stunt, as a way to promote the show, because really and truly, they understand a formula that works sadly in this world. And that formula is that people love to hate watch. Hate watching sells. So therefore, people are going to want to watch their story. People are going to want to be able to hate watch Mahmoud. People are going to want to see the signs that may lead up to the situation that happened with Mahmoud and Nicole. Now, of course, we're not going to see the actual situation stuff in particular because I believe filming is obviously finished by now anyway. But either way, though, they're definitely going to want to film because, of course, they're going to want the fact that people are going to be out there complaining because therefore it makes me want to watch more. Yes, people are going to say I'm not going to watch it, but the saddest thing about life is that curiosity gets the best of us. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me personally, due to the fact that this is one of those, this is something that they could turn into a marketing scheme, that's why I generally feel like, you know, they are still going to air this couple regardless of any opinions that we will have strongly. But either way, though, we'll have to wait and find out until obviously the season starts. And then obviously we'll know for sure if they're still going to continue to air the couple on the new season of Happily Ever After. But with that being said, though, it is sad to see this happen again. And all I want to say is that if you are in a position in your life where you are going through like something like this, whether you are a man or woman, please do not be afraid. If you're a man, please do not be ashamed or be embarrassed to, you know, report your woman, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, personally, if you are being abused by your female spouse, in my opinion, the fact that you have shown to not want to retaliate back is a very good sign. So it's not embarrassing. It shows courage. It shows strength. That the fact that you've been dealing with somebody that has been abusive towards you, but instead of you scooping to the level, you've shown strength. So therefore, that strength should also give you the strength to report that person. Now, if you're a woman who's going through this, just because you love the person, just because you care about the person, or even maybe because you're afraid of the person, please speak up. Okay, speak up for yourself. And if anything, you speaking up for yourself can hopefully encourage other people around you who may be going through the same thing that you just don't know about. Do you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I really hope that people can be more encouraged to speak up if they're going through something that is unhealthy like this, because this is not something that should just be done to you and then that person can just get away with it, because at the end of the day, we don't know if that person's going to do it again to somebody else. We don't even know if that person's done it before to someone else before you as well. So, you know, the cycle of that person's behavior has to stop somewhere. Sadly, it may have to be with you, but at least you're the one that made the change rather than the person that allowed it to happen to somebody else after. So just things to think about, you know what I mean? I understand that when you're in a position, when you're in a situation, it's not that easy and simple to think about, but I think like we have to find ways to make it easy and simple so, you know, these things can be dealt with, you know, accordingly, rather than people still getting away with such heinous crimes. Now, with that being said, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below in the comment section. This is everything that I know thus far. If anything more does come out regarding the couple, I will definitely let you guys know. But shout out to Mary Pans and also shout out to Sarcasm on the matter. And also, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 50k subscribers. If you do enjoy 90-day content and you want to stay up to date all the time with everything that is going down on a consistent basis, this is the place to be. So subscribe, like the video, and peace.